The greatest discovery of any generation is that a human can alter his life by altering his attitude. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. We are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface but connected in the deep. To change one's life: 1. Start immediately. 2. Do it flamboyantly. 3. No exceptions. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. If you can change your mind, you can change your life. Whenever you're in conflict with someone, there is one factor that can make the difference between damaging your relationship and deepening it. That factor is attitude. The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Wherever you are, it is your friends who make your world. We don't laugh because we're happy because we laugh. To perceive the world differently, we must be willing to change our belief system, let the past slip away, expand our sense of now, and dissolve the fear in our minds. Anything you may hold firmly in your imagination can be yours. Our view of the world is truly shaped by what we decide to hear. Human beings, by changing the inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. Good humor is a philosophic state of mind. It seems to say to nature that we take her no more seriously than she takes us. I maintain that one should always talk of philosophy with a smile. If you believe that feeling bad or worrying long enough will change a past or future event, then you are residing on another planet with a different reality system. Knowledge about life is one thing, effective occupation of a place in life, with its dynamic currents passing through your being, is another. Science, like life, feeds on its own decay. New facts burst old rules, then newly divine conceptions bind old and new together into a reconciling law. The moral flabbiness born of the exclusive worship of the bitch goddess success. That, with a squalid cash interpretation put on the word success, is our national disease. I am no lover of disorder and doubt as such. Rather I fear to lose truth by the pretension to possess it already wholly. Religion is a monumental chapter in the history of human egotism. Belief creates the actual fact. Philosophy is an unusually stubborn attempt to think clearly. There are two lives, the natural and the spiritual, and we must lose the one before we can participate in the other. We have to live today by what truth we can get today and be ready tomorrow to call it falsehood. It would probably astound each of us beyond measure to be let into his neighbor's mind and to find how different the scenery was there from that of his own. The prevalent fear of poverty among the educated classes is the worst moral disease from which our civilization suffers. Each of us literally chooses, by his way of attending to things, what sort of universe he shall appear to himself to inhabit. Your hopes, dreams and aspirations are legitimate. They are trying to take you airborne, above the clouds, above the storms, if you only let them. The lunatic's visions of horror are all drawn from the material of daily fact. Our civilization is founded on the shambles, and every individual existence goes out in a lonely spasm of helpless agony. Action seems to follow feeling, but really action and feeling go together, and by regulating the action, which is under the more direct control of the will, we can indirectly regulate the feeling, which is not. There's nothing so absurd that if you repeat it often enough, people will believe it. Philosophy lives in words, but truth and fact well up into our lives in ways that exceed verbal formulation. How to gain, how to keep, how to recover happiness, is in fact for most men at all times the secret motive of all they do, and of all they are willing to endure. In truths dependent on our personal action, then, faith based on desire is certainly a lawful and possibly an indispensable thing.